Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
Baka.
What's up, guys?
So,
What's up?
I just can't control you two. Like, I don't know. Y'all laughing.
I'm just sitting here. I don't know what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
didn't do
you
anything.
watched him look away, and then you started smirking, and like, I was like, this has
there
to
were
go.
there were three
I'm
attempts
ready
that I was
to
like
die.
about to start, and then Griff was like, "And this," and I was like, "Okay." And
Hey, I
this.
just
It's like,
double checked that Baka's mic was working. We want to make sure that he could be heard.
Oh my goodness! Also, that first part might be a little loud for everybody when you edit it, Griff, because my headset was still very fucking loud. But
So you're yelling. Got it.
I fixed it. Yeah, everybody was screaming into my ear.
Well, what games have everybody been playing this week?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, no, we gotta talk about
Wow.
Blizzard.
Hey,
and-
that's exactly
Y'all's
it.
variety is. Woo.
yeah.
I don't have variety anymore. We'll get to that though further because that's something that we can kind of table until further on.
Fair enough.
We played Deceit, and we played some speedrunners.
And Among Us. Here's
Yes,
here's
yes.
how the night
Oh,
went.
God
with
damn.
Deceit. Okay, so Snitty wanted to play Deceit, which is fine. I am the worst person on the planet at that game. Like, if I'm like, somebody's like, it's you, and I defend myself, then it's obviously me and I get voted out. And then if somebody says it's you, and I don't defend myself, that obviously means it's me and I get voted out. There is literally no way I can do anything in this game. I hate Deceit so much as a game because I am so terrible at it no matter what I do.
We're
So I
going
was
to come
like-
back to that when we get to Among Us. Okay.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say, is after a while, they decided to swap to Among Us, and I got to be the imposter like 4 times, and I was freaking great at it. Like, I don't know why there's a disconnect or a difference or whatever. I guess because it's 2 people in Deceit, and so somebody gets thrown under the bus. I don't know, but, we did 1 killer because of the numbers that we had, or 1 imposter in Among Us, so I guess it made it easier for me to deflect on that. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's also since the game we designed the game to where we have fast movement speed and there are a lot of tasks, a lot of long tasks, so it kind of kept people spread out and busy. Where the killer could sneak over, kill someone, short kill cooldown, try to sneak over and kill somebody else. And Griff was good at it. Like she.
At one point, somebody reported a dead body, and they're like, "I saw the body." Oh no, there's 3 of them. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Red kept going through and doing the emergency button.
Yeah, that dude was
without
keeping
finding the
vital.
body.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah,
like,
he
was
"Beep,
like-
meeting. I don't know where the body's at, but I saw somebody on vitals is dead." That literally gives us no clues. I mean, it helped me because I was the killer two times that he out of 3 that he did that. But I mean, why would you do that? You don't have any information aside from somebody's dead. What are you gonna tell me at this nice emergency meeting? Aside from that, Go
I
find
would
the
just
damn
call
body.
him. At that point, I would have just deflected to him and called him out and said, "It sure is weird."
Somebody did. I think it
Yeah.
was Chicken. It was either Chicken or Snitty, or maybe it was Baka. Somebody was like, "It sure is weird that you're the one calling these meetings and not finding the body."
Chicken did.
At one point, I think I killed Chicken first like 3 times in a row, and somebody walked right past your body.
Red.
Yeah, that would have been red. Okay, so we were playing on the little spaceship map where there's the lava pit and whatnot. I did asteroids, and I stepped off of that, and Griff came in, and I was like, being weird. I was like, oh, I'm going to step out of the way so that she could do asteroids. And she came up and just straight shanked me, and I was like, oh no. I stood there for about 5 seconds. And Red ran into the room, and he went straight to asteroids, and I was like, oh shit, okay, so he's in asteroids, he doesn't see my body. He sits there and does asteroids the whole time, and then immediately the doors close right before he finishes. He walks out. I was like, oh, he's gonna see me right before he leaves. Walks out, walks to the door, opens the door, and fucking leaves. And I'm like, and proceeded to leave me dead for the next minute and a half. And I'm just like, all right, this motherfucker.
I think
this
that's the one where they
motherfucker. I
called
should have
the
taken a
meeting and 3 people were
screenshot.
dead.
I should have taken a fucking screenshot while just sitting there going.
I
say
like
this
the
for
one
later.
where he came in while I was doing asteroids and killed Chicken in front of me, and then did the self-report. Like he left the room and ran back in and did a report and was like, "Oh, well, why'd you kill him?" And I'm like, "No, motherfucker."
Yeah.
It's like, no, man. I saw you. I seen it.
To
Oh,
be fair,
God.
the very first game, Baka was the imposter. I walked off the ship and like took a left turn, and I was like, I think one of my objectives is over here. I'm still trying to learn how to use the damn map again. And Baka just walks up and shakes me and walks off. I'm like, I didn't even do anything yet. I'm just gonna go do tasks now. I mean, at least with Among Us, like in Deceit, if you get voted out, you're just dead. And you just gotta watch the rest unfold. I guess with the fun part for Among Us is you still have things that you can do.
You could still win.
Yeah, you can still win, or you can at least still occupy yourself instead of just scrolling through everybody else's screens.
One of the games in Deceit that we played, it was me, and I didn't pick anybody. It just random, and Grif got to be my partner. And
I sent him a message. I was like, I don't know why you would pick me.
And it was so good. Like, I fucking 4D chest. Like, because I'm usually pretty aggressive, but Red got the infected scanner, and he's like, I want to scan chicken. And I was like... all right, cool. So I was up at the top, and they come running up there, and they're like, oh, let's meet in the middle. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I ran right past them, pretending I didn't see them. And they're like, oh, he's right there. And I was like, all right, I'll meet you guys in the middle. So I just ran down the fucking stairs, and I was like, well, I'm about to get caught right here. So they jumped down, and I'm like, blood pack. Like, I just grabbed 2 blood packs. If somebody was following me, I was fucked one way or another. So I was going to make it as difficult as possible so I could kill somebody at the end. And I met them in the middle, and I ran up to Red, and I had my gun ready, because usually when they start scanning me, I just start capping them. Like, I just go ham. And he's like, all right, I don't think it's chicken. He usually never comes up to let me scan him. And I was like...
Yep. They're like, oh, he's like, I want to scan Snitty, then I think it's Snitty. He changed
Then
his
they
mind.
scanned Snitty, and they were like, okay, it's not Snitty, so I guarantee it's Grif and Cat. And I was like... all right, I gotta sack my partner, but I guarantee I can win this if I do this right. And they killed her.
They shot me immediately.
They killed her, and then I proceeded to kill everybody else on the next round. And okay, this is where it gets glorious, because at that night, I killed Cat, and then I killed I think I killed Baka, and it was just Snitty. Or no, it was Cat. I killed Snitty and Baka, and it was just Cat and Red. And we moved to the next area, and Red's like, hey, who's left? Who's left? I was like, I don't know. And Red walks up, he's like, wait. Oh, no. And what he realized is that I was doing the objective to get the poison needle, and he's like, oh, no, I messed up. And I was like, yeah, you did. You messed up bad. And I was like, he's like, oh, it was you, wasn't it? And I was like, it was me. Oh, he was so mad at himself. Oh, I do have to make a complaint. The rest of the other 5 people in this game are passive as hell. They knew who the killers were in the 3rd round, and they walked right past them. Like, it's like, oh, it's Snitty. And like, Snitty walked in front of Grif, and I'm like, cap his ass. Get him. Cap him. Cap him. Shoot him. Use your gun. Just shoot him. All right, I guess we're just gonna...
That was the one where it was me and Snitty, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was you and Snitty. I was like, just shoot him. You know who it is. You're gonna lose or you're gonna win. Those are your 2 options. Go out blasted.
I'm not good at that game.
All you gotta do is shoot. Gotta
Just
hold
shoot
it.
everybody.
Person,
It's not me, but let me shoot the world.
Oh, trust me, there are many times where I just literally just start blasting in the room, so people are like, who's shooting? It's like, just start capping people. I'm not afraid to get, like, I am definitely a wild card in that game. People don't know if it's me, or they're not sure if
I
it's
always
me.
know when it's you. Unless you've changed your tactics, I always know when
Oh,
it's
he
you.
does. He changes a lot. And it's hard to
Grif
tell.
is the one I always had the hardest time with, because she giggles no matter what.
Well, see, that's the problem now, is it's like, Grif's too quiet. It's her. And it's like, no, I'm literally just wandering around. I'm lost. Or Grif's talking too much. It's her. It's like, I can't be quiet because it's me. If I talk, it's me. I don't really know how to play this game, you guys. I just don't understand, because there's literally no medium for me. If I say something, it's me. If I don't say something, it's me. There's no middle ground.
Says the one who literally demos us in Among Us, which is the exact same game.
I know, right? Like, what's the difference?
I wonder if it's view. Like you have stuff to do in both games, but Among Us, I feel like because of that view, when you go into the room, you can see everything that's there in Among Us. So it both when you're the imposter and when you're not the imposter, and there's more time that they have to take care of whatever it is they're supposed to be doing in the room, it gives you a better opportunity to kind of plan as you go in. It's not just stab and leave, where you kind of have to I feel like with Deceit, you had that stuff to do, but it's one of those where you're like, it takes them like 10 seconds to shoot 3 targets, boom, done. So you don't have enough time to figure it out.
Well, you can't kill them in the daytime either.
With Deceit, there's the day-night thing where it's like during the day you have all of this opportunity to be talking and doing stuff, and if you're the bad one, you're supposed to be sneaking blood packs. So if I'm quiet, I'm focusing on that. If I'm talking, I'm clearly deflecting from focusing on that. But in Among Us, like, there's not that. Everybody's got tasks, and you can pretend that you're doing tasks as you scout, like you were talking about. But nobody gets to talk during the Among Us level. Like, there's no talking until the meeting. So there's no Grif's talking too much or Grif's not talking enough until somebody's dead. So it gives me time to, like, work on it, you know?
I think the main thing with Deceit is that you've always got to deflect whether you're the infected or not. You have to create a baseline.
But I can't, because anytime I try to deflect, they're like, that means it's you.
But that's how you do it. You create a baseline. If they want, like, they accuse me all the fucking time. So if I'm not infected, I pretend I am infected. So it throws their game off. So the next time they're like, it's you. And I was like, yeah, bring it on. And they're like, I don't know if it's you now. They don't want to commit because you play the same way whether you're infected or not. It's like, if I'm not infected and they kick me out, they're like, well, fuck, it wasn't him. Shit. What now? So
I do think the blood bags are part of that too, though.
I wish it was silent. I wish that when you drink a blood bag, it was just completely silent, like nobody could hear it.
Yeah, you gotta
except for you. I'd be fine if you heard it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but nobody else can, so that you can kind of sneak them while there's somebody, like, because I have to be so careful. If you know, because whenever you run, you can see, if you're the infected, you can see everybody. If you walk, you can't. So I try to, like, get to the other side of the map, like, as far away as I can, and count how many people I can see, because if there's, like, 3, it's like, okay, maybe there's somebody near me if I drink this. And then I do it, and they're, like, standing next to me, and it's like, well, fuck me. God damn it.
Yep.
So if it was dead silent, like, nobody could hear you drink a blood bag, that'd be perfect. Because then they have to see the timer for it.
Yeah, because it does have a timer now. It didn't always, but
yeah, it's like less than 20 seconds, less than 40 less than 40
I think it'd be good too, though, if like was it 3 blood bags in order to be able to fill the circle or whatever it is.
Yeah, for the first round it's 3, and then you can kill somebody.
I wish it was to where once you got your 3, you never had to get another blood bag.
It's dependent on how many people are dead, because your blood bags allow you to kill someone permanently. Whereas when you're in the nighttime mode, it only, if you knock somebody without the blood, like full rage, then they're just knocked out and you get a point.
Oh my god. And that sucks so bad. There was one match early in the night.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Chicken, and I think Baka was your teammate maybe or something, but like I got knocked out because you're supposed to go turn the generators on. And it was me and Kat was still up, and there was one other person that was still up, but they were basically like hiding, and I'm trying to get the generators, and every time I get close to one of these damn terrors comes out of nowhere and knocks me down. I respawn, like I got stuck in a loop because I kept respawning, and it doesn't let you choose where you respawn. So I just kept respawning right next to where I was at, and they were still there, so I just kept getting knocked down. It's like I couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
and that is a problem they need to fix. That spawn needs to be moved.
Did you get back up again?
Shut up.
But yeah, then we played some. Then we played some speedrunners, and that game is a ton of fun.
I like that game, even though I'm bad at it. Like, I know I'll never legitimately win. I might win a round or two every once in a while, like just 'cause luck. but I'll never actually win, and it's because part of my problem is it's like every other arcade type game where you have everybody on the same screen, is I forget who I am, even though they all look different. Yeah, I know. I know, which is what makes it so stupid. But I'm like, it was like 2 or 3 points last night. I thought I was Baka's character. I'm like, I'm doing so well. I'm down at the bottom, just running into the wall.
Baka gave me a run for my money on a few of those maps.
Speedrunners.
But yeah, he gave me a run a couple of times. I think I beat him like 70% of the time. But at some point, like,
is so fun.
Once I got the rhythm back in there, I was just smoking people. And I'd mess with Snitty because he was new. And I'd kind of like be like, come on, you can do it. And then I would just run and then taunt him because you could do the little chicken dance and whatnot while you're waiting for people to catch up. You're like, come on, boy, come on, you can do it.
Yeah. It was fun though.
That game is so much fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I played Mass Effect. I'm on Mass Effect 3. Let me tell you how depressing that game is. Like, oh my god. Just everything that's going on, you're like, why am I even trying? I'm just gonna die. And I've never made it all the way to the end. I've made it like right to the final mission, and I never finished it because Chicken was gonna do the multiplayer and he never did.
You're literally at the end of it.
I know. So basically I know what's going to happen, and it still feels like it's so heavy and oppressive. I'm like, I just want to start the series over to where I thought I had a chance.
Great.
What'd you do, Oak?
I had
Sea of Thieves?
no Sea of Thieves.
That's my immediate that will always be my guess.
No Sea of Thieves this week. No Sea of Thieves this week. So I started streaming again, and I actually did. On Tuesday, I did the little show with Cloud that I said I was going to do. It was kind of neat. We talked a little bit about the Elgato stuff, the announcements and stuff that they had made for streamers, which was pretty neat. I actually got my face cam in this week, which is about this big, and is the best picture I've ever seen ever on a freaking webcam. It is unbelievable. It is just as clear as the one that we're looking through right now, and it's a webcam that's $200, and there's no webcam like it, and there's a bunch that are $200. So
you give it a couple of weeks and there'll be another webcam like that. You know how technology is.
It maybe, but the problem is a lot of people aren't worried about that type of thing. So it's like they just want a cam for that, where Elgato is like, we're going to cater to streamers. So it was really, really neat to see. And then we ended up on Thursday night playing Apex, which ended up starting off horribly. First of all, because I've got a friend that I play with he's my old roommate, he used to live here, and he is horrible at communication in those type of games. And it's like, at least use your ping so I know something's happening. But it was just, I heard gunshots, and we're in the same general area, but he's in one side of it and I'm on the other side of it. And I'm like, what is happening right now? So, and I was like, are you getting shot at? Dude, are you getting
gunshots?
Are you getting shot at? And he goes, yeah, I'm getting shot at. And I was like, talk. Like, how hard is it to say they're on me? I'm getting shot. Something. He said nothing. So I get over there, and from a distance, I take a couple shots to shoot at the person. And I'm like, all right, I got like 25 on him. And he goes, he's like, I'm down. And I'm like, okay. I get over there, annihilate that dude, and then end up picking my guy up. And I was like, just talk to me next time and stop dying. Like, that's all I'm asking for. And then we end up with we ended up playing some arena. We did really well in the arena, won 3 times in a row, and I said, all right, we're done. Because that's how we're gonna end the night. We sucked it up at the beginning. We're gonna end well tonight. So that ended up well. And then yesterday I ended up playing the game Stalker, the first one.
The original one? Isn't that
Yeah, I'd never played it before, which, by the way, is straight up from 2007.
Yeah,
every bit of it.
Older?
Yeah, it's older. And it's like, I I am 99% sure that the people that created Tarkov played a lot of this game, because the way it's designed is to the way it's designed is very similar in the fact that you're going around kind of an area looting stuff that you can possibly loot. You have a certain amount of stuff that you can pick up. You've got bad guys that you got to shoot at, or some type of animals in this case too. And then the whole thing is pretty much in Russian. And what's the crazy thing about, there's no subtitles.
Oh boy, you gotta love it when it's in a foreign language.
Yeah, like
subtitles.
they'll speak English or Russian, and there is no subtitles. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Gameplay wise though, it has a steep learning curve, like just trying to figure out how much your body can take, and making sure that you can switch between your inventory to be able to heal and do things like that. But overall, I enjoyed it. And then yesterday evening, I wanted to play something a little bit chill. So there's a game that's on Game Pass that I started playing called Last Stop. And Last Stop is a story-based driven game that has to do with weird anomalies happening. So you start off with you actually start off with two friends running away from the cops, and one of them goes through a door, and it's like this big green light. They walk through the door, and the other one doesn't, gets actually arrested. The cops open up where the door was at, and it's just a brick wall.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's
that's
okay,
that's how
like what
things work.
happened? And that was like in 1982, and then you have stuff from like modern day that's happening as you go through, and you have people that end up switching places. You have another one where you're not really sure what's happening and what's going on with this dude that they've started following. These kids are following, and then you have another one where this lady is having an affair, and she's got some type of mission that she's supposed to be doing. She's like a spy, I think. Not 100% on that. It's very interesting because I'm sure they're all going to connect at some point, including the ones from the very beginning, but I haven't figured out how that's going to happen yet. I'm on chapter 2 of one of the stories, but I do want to go through and complete it. I think it's going to end up being pretty fun. Gameplay wise, a lot of quick time events, a lot of decision making when it comes to how you talk to your friends and the people around you, that type of thing. So overall, pretty neat. That's what I had.
Back.
Yeah, he's gonna go fix baby. I'm over here playing like real life Phasmophobia with this because there's something flying around and it's like he's got to go move him because he's on his face, but there's something flying around on the monitor, so I sent him a message and I was like, put ghost orbs in your journal. He's like, what? Oh, sorry. Nugget's down here instead of at his normal babysitters with his grandparents because they're not feeling well this weekend, so he's just napping. Baka, did you do anything else this week?
Wow, and I also played quite a bit of the Pokemon Unite.
Oh, I saw Chicken loaded that up earlier, which, of course, we're going to talk about it while he's AFK. Do you
That was big risky.
Don't forget to turn your camera.
I did. That was that.
Okay.
He probably won't handle another
movement. It's actually
movement.
kind of fun.
So, it's what, Baka?
It's actually kind of fun. It doesn't feel like as stressful as League of Legends.
Does it feel as smooth? Like, I mean, I guess they've had a lot of stuff to learn from. It looked like Heroes
Well,
to
I
me,
mean,
though.
there's some issues with it that I don't like. Well, one of the things that kind of bothers me is when you get to the character select screen, when you're trying to move between the characters, it takes a second to move from character to character because it has to load the stupid model for me each time. And instead of letting you just go over it and pick and then load it once you sat there for a second.
Right.
But other than that, it's like a typical MOBA. It's you have your tank support and DPS style characters. The turrets are basically like goals. you kill other Pokemon on the field.
You don't
get
kill
the
them.
Pokeballs.
You capture them.
faint?
No, you
Oh.
capture them. You
but
throw
faint-
Pokeballs.
No, you don't. You don't capture them. You make them faint.
Yeah, you make them faint, and then it throws a little Pokeball, which gives you the Pokey energy or whatever, and then you build up your Pokey energy, and you can dunk it into the thing.
Pokey energy.
I forgot what it's
Okay,
called.
yeah.
Like the special term. I only did the tutorial, so I have no
I
experience.
don't know. I just like just remember it's got the Pokeball symbols on there. So basically, that's just what you're throwing into the thing. So, and it's whoever has the most points by doing that ends up winning.
Yeah, it's a lot.
As you level up in rank, there's like a quick play mode, which is 3 to 4 players. Normal gameplay is 5 players, and then of course there's rank. And they have it where
Go ahead.
You can spend money to unlock Pokemon and stuff, or you could just play the game and earn the gold and whatever to unlock the stuff.
I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit. It is a little bit of pay to progress. It's got a kind of battle pass feature to it. Yeah, you could use money to buy Pokemon or to buy costumes and cosmetics and things like that, but it's also got like a battle pass system where you do experience and you rank up through your little ranks and whatnot, but you're only allowed 14 ranks a day. When you hit that 14th level up for the day, you are locked out for the rest of the day unless you buy a Pokemon, like a capsule upgrade or whatever, and that will give you another 14 levels to play with for the day. And if you finish those, you have to buy another one to continue upgrading your thing, or you can just do 14 a day at max.
What do each one of the levels mean?
They give you credits, Pokemons, costumes, power-ups for your Pokemon, and things like that. There is power in those.
So does that make it pay to win?
Yes, to an extent, it is pay to win.
That's bad.
Yes, it's.
Why you do that with like a kids, especially with a kids game? Like, why would you even put that in? That seems like you're asking for trouble. Slightly predatory, I guess.
Well, to be fair, there's no loot boxes or anything. You literally just upgrade. Like, it's just all about like putting in the effort to play the game, but you are capped to how much you can progress in a single day without paying. So
if you pay the amount, you still have to continue to play to get the next 14, correct?
Yes, exactly. You basically just pay to be able to work your way through the next 14 levels. And then you buy the next capsule set, and you can work through another 14 levels. So
how easy is it to get to 14?
Yeah, like, I definitely see where Nintendo's like, all right, there are these laws coming out about this stuff. Well, then let's make it so that when you buy something, you know exactly what you're getting, and you have to, like, still play the game to progress. It's not literally buy this for this character, and now this character's stronger. It's buy this pass, and now you could progress a little bit more today instead of waiting till tomorrow. You also have your daily logins and things like that. So the gameplay, from what the little bit I've played, I'm gonna break this down. The little bit of gameplay that I played, I really like it. I was worried about how the kiting aspect was gonna feel in a MOBA like that, because you kind of can't kite and turn and shoot and orb walk and things like that. But it's good that your character will turn, like, because when you spam your normal attack, your auto attack, it has a circle radius around your character, and even if you're retreating, you could still spam it, and your character will turn around while basically going backwards, shooting the character that's following, so that you can create this little kiting style, which that is so important for MOBAs, because you got to be able to manipulate movement of characters so that you can kind of keep the advantage, because some melee characters can just literally run you down. So if you can't shoot them while they're chasing you, they just run you down and kill you. So in this way, you can fight back. The skill shots are interesting. I'm still trying to get used to it, because you could only target characters with your big skill shots. And it'll just kind of flick around to, like, I was chasing 2 characters, and it would, like, flick, and I wasn't entirely sure which button was doing it or how I was getting it to turn properly. Like, it would just be like, all right, you're aiming at this one. Work. And then I flicked it. It's like, you're able to get that one. Back at this one. Back at that. It's like, no, I want that one. All right,
That's my
okay.
life.
So I just gotta have to get used to how it works. But so far for a MOBA, I think it works pretty well. The gameplay is there. I've seen a lot of people enjoying the hell out of it. And I enjoyed the couple of matches that I played, which were only against bots. But I think I bought Charizard, or I got Charizard for free. I like the evolution thing. You start with Charmander, and as you kill the mobs and the NPCs and whatnot, you level him up, or he evolves into Charmeleon, then you get Charizard, and you can upgrade your abilities and things like that, and you get your alt. So far, it feels like fun. I'll put some more time in there and really see how it is. I think me and Baka can play together too, if I'm not mistaken.
How far? Like you've got 14 actual levels you can go.
Right.
So if I start right now, by what time would I be at 14?
Depends
like,
on
am I
how
only getting
well
2 hours of gameplay, or am I getting like 6 hours of gameplay?
That's skill based. The more you win, the faster you level up. The lower, or the fewer times you win, the slower you level up. It's just how good you are.
I mean, I've been playing for a few days, and I'm only like breaking 10.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So if you can only go 14 in a day, it's rare for you to have to buy the extra. Based on that.
Yeah. Like, well, I don't know how much time Baka is like put in hardcore.
Not a lot.
I mean, I could sit down for 6 hours, and if I can get 14 levels, that's not too bad, because that's a significant amount of time to sit and play. Well, you know, I say that now that I have a kid. 6 hours is a long time, where I used to have like 14-hour game sessions, but, you know. So I'm going to play some more and see how it is. But like I said, so far, gameplay is there. Mechanics are there. Aesthetics are definitely there, because it feels like a Pokemon game. And we'll just have to see how the progression system works, and if people are going to tolerate that kind of playing. Because putting that kind of stuff into ranked, it's like, I wonder what kind of rules and limitations they're going to put on that to create a fair battlefield in that kind of gameplay. So we'll see where it goes. It's, what, 4 days old? We're not even a week into this game yet.
About that. I'm just waiting for them to put in Blastoise.
Is there not Squirtle yet? I saw Wartortle.
I didn't see him in the stuff to buy.
I saw him in the training thing where they sent out a Wartortle. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw him in the trailer as well, but he's just not out yet.
Oh, he might not be out. Let's find out. Well, regardless, that was your game that you played. I don't know if you had anything else. I was just putting in my 2 cents.
Really, your favorite?
Other than that, I played World of Warcraft, and that was really good.
Well, we'll talk about some new stuff then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where do we want to start? Because there's like
I feel like one of them's going to take a minute. So
yeah, I mean, we'll just start with the Steam one then. Like, most of the most of the games being played on Steam Deck right now have consistently met or exceeded 30 FPS during testing. So I guess there's that. That's not
well. The thing is
on
they
the
mentioned the fact that they were targeting 30 frames per second, which is basically, people were like freaking out about it, but what it is it's like they want Steam Deck to be able to hit 30 frames per second at the bottom end of it.
That's
at a
so
minimum,
important,
because otherwise the game is basically not playable in their mindset, and I don't disagree with that. And people freaked out about it, and they were like, here we are, 30 frames per second, this basically is a Switch, blah blah blah. And it's like, calm down, folks. Like,
yeah,
geez.
like, the Steam is like, hey, we're gonna create a baseline. Okay, it's 30 FPS. That's where games will settle at. You're not gonna get 27. You're not gonna get 25. You're not gonna get 15. You're getting 30. Okay, right now that's where technology is at. Like, if you could create a minimum baseline of 30 FPS, that's a solid place to start. Because then anything above that, you're like, cool, this is better. 60 FPS, great. But we're still young in technology. You know, give it 10 years, the baseline will be 60 FPS, and then everybody's going to be screaming, how the hell are you only doing 60 FPS, blah, 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 blah. At least Steam is making a baseline. It's like 30. This is where we're starting at, okay? be happy.
Well, and to be fair, that's what consoles do. Like, but I think the problem is you're dealing with people that normally wouldn't buy a console, looking at this, going, "My PC does this. We could do it." Yeah. All right. Cool. Take your PC on a plane and try to bring your monitor and everything else and set that shit up. Play.
Somebody will take you up on that challenge.
Oh man,
I don't
what are
know,
you gonna
there's
plug it
gaming
into?
laptops.
Like, I mean,
There's gaming laptops that can sustain. So I guess that's not
yeah,
fair.
but gaming laptops get so fucking hot, man.
That's true.
Like, if you do not have a good ventilation underneath that thing,
Well,
that
and
will
to be
melt your
fair,
lap
the way
off.
the laptops are built now, they're the same size as the tray you would be putting them on. So what are you gonna do with your mouse? You ain't gonna
Oh no! You gotta do the little mouse pad thing now. You want to be a real gamer, you get a mouse pad.
I would not even try that
No,
because
I would
your
not
hands would
wanna
be
do
up like
that.
here, and it's like no, can't do it.
You gotta use your friend's lap. Dude, can I use that leg? Thanks, I appreciate it. Get off me, boy.
You go flying a lot more awkward.
I know. We just met today, but
Can I
you mind
use
if I
your leg?
use? Can I use your leg? And here's the bad part about it. Like you have to, a lot of people are going in and they'll go on to Delta's site and they try to pick out exactly what seat they want. And they're like, all right, I want a window seat, or I want a middle seat, or I want an aisle seat, whatever it happens to be. Well, it depends on whether, you're bringing your laptop or not. Depends on which, because you can't be next to the window on the right side of the plane, because what are you going to do? Stick it in the window seal? Huh?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
can't happen.
No.
Got to use your friend's leg.
Yep.
Or strangers, whatever it happens to be. It's too funny. All right, another news. EA has, pretty much they're making a Dead Space remake.
Remake, not remaster. Remake.
Remake. Like, think of Resident Evil
Remake.
2 to Resident Evil 2 remake. RE2 remake.
Yep. It is a remake.
That gets me so fucking excited and terrified, because anybody who has played Dead Space totally understands that the monsters in that universe are absolutely horrific. I don't know if anybody has watched the animated show, the animated movies.
The prequel, yeah.
That stuff is horrifying. Like, kudos, you guys created something terrifying. Really, really terrifying.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that shit in 4K.
What's interesting about it too is it seems as though because they're going back to the original drawing board and going back through all the original plans for Dead Space, and they've found corridors and looks and stuff like that they weren't able to do because technology wasn't advanced enough to do it. And so it's a possibility we could end up with extra stuff in this game that was cut from the original.
You know what I
so
want? I want bigger I want more diverse areas and navigation in each of the sections of the map, and I want it procedurally generated too. Like, I want the aliens, the things to just kind of constantly respawn or like attack you from different angles and things like that, because the original one was like on a rail system. You knew where everything was, you knew how to run into a room, blast all the bits, and then just move.
Blast all the bits. Ew. It's true though.
Well, I mean, you're on a
It is.
spaceship, so it's kind of.
I wanted to see them
can't be
crawling out of
huge.
I wanted to see them crawling out of vents and shit, like from behind you, or you think you cleared a room and you come back through to go back to where you came from, and one crawls out of the vent trying to get you, or you're being chased by
I
a
love how he
couple.
was just talking about how horrifying this game was to start with.
And he's like,
And
let's
it's like,
give it
can
more
I
jump
make it more
scares.
horrifying? Could you do this,
Let's
please?
up it.
Yes. Can we make it so the Grif can't play it? Yeah, okay.
Like, I mean, that kind of game that's what you want. You want suspense every time you turn that corridor. Is there going to be a new one? Is there one that's going to spawn behind you? Is that clicking you here? Is that one walking up behind you, or is that in the vent? Or is that just
I just
you
hope they
getting
fix
fucked
the
with?
Stop
camera.
it. I'm already scared.
My whole thing is I hope they fix the camera. I'm fine with the fact that it's third person. I don't have a problem with that. But it's I felt like the entire time I was playing that game that my head was turned sideways like this.
Because you're trying to look over it. But I think
Yeah.
They
part
did
of the
that
reason
specifically
their
for the
camera-
health bar.
Yeah, I was about to say is because they integrated the HUD with your outfit essentially, so they were trying to
Yeah.
make sure you could see that your health was in the center of your screen. But I get what you mean. Like it was like
Were you able to swap
Can
it
you-
back and forth from each side?
I don't remember.
Okay, if not, if they added that, that would make it feel a little better because then you weren't always just hovering on his right shoulder. You could kind of swap to the left and look around corners and swap back. Like you were able to kind of look over each shoulder instead of literally just being stuck on his shoulder. Where he gave him a crick in the neck. You give him, let him move the muscles a little bit.
I mean, I would imagine that this game is still going to be several years out. But,
oh yeah.
And
it gave us one of the most iconic weapons in the entire entire gaming universe.
The slicey thing.
The little the mining laser, whatever that is. That the mining laser? I think that's what it's called.
I don't know.
It's so iconic you can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I was like.
Vald is currently watching this or
Screaming.
listening to it right now.
The plasma cutter.
Yelling
Plasma
at the
cutter.
screen.
Yeah.
It's like a little.
I mean, this is one of the few games that when you picked up that first weapon, it was 100% perfectly useful for the entire thing. Like that thing was perfect for exactly what you needed it to do. Chop up necromorphs.
I felt that way for the pistol on the original Halo. So
We've actually had this kind of discussion several times. There's a lot.
I don't know. The pistol really isn't that good at
weapons.
taking out the cannons on the alien spaceships.
No,
The ones where
it's
they
just
fly in and
shooting
start
grunts in the
blasting
head.
you with the grunts.
yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to kill all the bad guys as they're coming at me.
Yeah, but the bad guys are on the ship.
Uh,
And
Lord.
it's a lot easier to kill a hunter with a rocket launcher than it is with a pistol. You just blast that motherfucker and he goes boop.
no, sir. Pistol's the easiest way to kill a hunter.
Sniper rifle, technically the easiest way. If you get him in the back, you can blast him through the head.
You dodged. If you dodge to the left and hit middle of their back where that orange spot's at, they die immediately.
Yeah, but that's assuming you
With a
can
pistol.
dodge.
Well, most people can.
I'd say 50%.
Get good, son.
I'd say 50%. And playing on easy and dodging, they give you a huge handicap when you're on easy because they're very slow with their shooting.
Yeah, I don't play on easy. But okay. So I will say this though, they changed that. They didn't change it, but they made it more difficult to hit on that Halo one for when they did the remastered version of it because they changed the armor.
I wonder if you could. Can you play it on the old version?
Yeah, you just switch back.
Okay.
So what I do is I switch back so I can hit it immediately.
Oh,
'Cause
so
it's
what
one
you're
shot
saying
with a
is
pistol.
you turn it to easy mode.
No, I turn it to original mode.
Easy
Vanilla. Isn't that the game you're playing right now? Is that in vanilla? WoW? Is that easy mode for you? No.
Actually, I would say that would be the opposite of.
Yeah, I would say the game got
Yeah.
easier as you went further in and was harder at the start.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not easy mode just because it's the original. Come on now. They did. Part of the problem you had too is it changed the hitbox on certain things too. When they put because there's areas that if you hide behind a corner, in the original you can tell that you're hiding behind the corner, but they basically just masked over the top of it with the remastered version of it, and so you're getting shot through a wall. So yeah.
Yeah. They gotta be careful with just putting pretty pictures over everything. I wonder if that's gonna thinking about that. I wonder if that's gonna affect Diablo 2 Redemption or Resurrection too much, because it really is just a skin over the original game. So I wonder if hitboxes.
Oh no, won't be getting it.
Ooh. I've only got 2 months left to wait for it. A month and a half.
Like I said, won't be getting it. After the stories that we're about to tell, I will not be getting it.
Yes, different ideologies and whatnot. So.
Yeah. Well, let's
Right.
talk about that then.
Well, we can start with the kind of leader into that, I guess you would say.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a big one right now.
Yeah, the garbage version of Warcraft 3, which is the remake that just came out last year, surprisingly had leadership problems.
Shocking.
And
shocked.
Activision came in and cut their budget too, along with the leadership problems, and the game sucked. Who knew?
Big surprise.
I mean,
Big surprise.
Yeah.
I think I'm like, all right, like none of this is a surprise to me at all. It's like, and you know, they're specifically calling out Activision for it. Tells you exactly,
I mean,
you know, what we need
It's
to know.
Activision Blizzard now. You do not get to separate.
well,
They're
used
calling
to
out
talk
Activision
about-
toward Blizzard, so
That's fine. They could call it either or, but it's Activision Blizzard in every respect for
We
me.
talk about how EA is like the worst company out there, but I really feel like EA is taking a backseat to Activision these days.
EA is like,
It's just
we're just
that
gonna sit
Activision
back here and
has
say, "Fuck
bigger
it."
games that people are more willing to look the other way for, and EA, you know, is the fan favorite for making fun of. So, yeah, let's.
So
maybe
to
jump
be
some of
fair,
that into
they
RSP.
were pretty much the worst for years.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Well, disagree with that. Well, it's not that everybody else was so much better. It's just that everybody else was better at hiding it. I mean, clearly,
Well,
with the Blizzard stuff that's coming out, this stuff's been going on for decades. So, that's fun.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to start with that stuff.
well, we'll start with exactly what we're talking about. The state of
Yeah.
California is suing Activision Blizzard over a frat boy culture. This could end up costing the company as much as $400 million.
Good.
And yeah, good for sure. Basically, the majority of which it seems as though it is similar to the riot in the fact that it's all about how they're treating the staff that are female and how they were around them. And it is, some of it is just I deplorable on so many levels. Like, you don't know how long ago it was, because Blizzard's coming out
Yeah.
now saying this is nothing like we have now. This was something in the past. They're just now coming out with it. Then you have former employees are saying it is similar to this.
I completely like one of the people, which we'll go ahead and name names. Fuck that shit. One of the people that left in June of 2020 was Alex Afrasabi, and he was working with them since the original classic. Like, he's got multiple quests in there and whatnot, which I think they're getting rid of the guy in Stormwind that he's named after. One of the turn-in guys. Like, he's just dying. He was dying and disappearing. Like, his character was all sorts of fucked up. I think they're just fucking with him until they get rid of him entirely. But he has a lot of complaints about him, and if I had to guess, there will probably be a criminal suit filed against his ass, because there's a lot of people and evidence that shows how horrible of a person he was. So if you somehow stumble
can get
upon this podcast, you're a piece of shit. Just wanted to let you know.
But by definite, like, he is, like, when you go into a large company, one of the things they do is like this whole sexual harassment class, if you will, and they show a video. Every extreme thing you can think of pretty much in that video of what sexual harassment is, especially by somebody that's over you, is the shit he was pulling.
Yep.
Like, he is the no-no of all of it. Going in, trying to kiss them, you know, trying to
Telling them he wanted to marry them, that's just
Yeah.
weird.
yeah,
That's some
very
weird,
strange.
creepy, forever alone behavior, you know?
Right, like, and it's just I can't deal with it. Like, I literally deleted all of my, because Activision Blizzard's all one company, like he was talking about earlier to me. All of my Call of Duty stuff has completely been deleted, and I will not touch any of their stuff until I know for sure that the company is back in the direction that it should be, and the shit has been taken care of, and that they've paid
But
for
I
it.
mean, like, that would require... I mean, honestly, that's asking a lot, because that would require getting rid of most of their staff. Even in the article and everything, it was talking about, with that specific guy that Chicken was mentioning, the other employees and supervisors would literally come out to separate him from these women that he was cornering. So people knew it was happening and just let it go. Like, you're this dude's boss, and you just had to come out and be like, stop touching her. I mean, why is that not a...
I
You're
believe he
fired.
was their boss, so wasn't he a senior
Yeah,
executive?
he was a scene. Like, there was he
They
was
couldn't do
the
anything
boss.
because he was a senior executive.
And see, that was the like, that is part of the problem, is because then it doesn't go above him. Like, he's the ceiling that it hits, and there's no, like, trying to get it up
And
over him is just very hard for companies to make a
then
way to do.
He also ends up becoming it also becomes okay, if you will, for everybody under him.
Yeah,
Because they see him
it
doing
happen
it.
and nothing.
Exactly.
New.
So, I mean, with him gone, I'm pretty sure, I guarantee he was sacked because of that specifically. Because Blizzard couldn't hide it anymore, especially because they were investigating for about a year before he was fired. So, whatever California has, and I guarantee they're not going to settle it. They're going to like take this shit to court and have these people come in and be like, "Here, tell us your story. Tell us everything that happened with names and everything for everybody to see and hear." And like that will just start in fires inside of the company where people will start getting burnt and disappear. And that's exactly what needs to happen.
And it's kind of a double-edged thing too, because there have been some artists that have come out and said, hey, look, don't stop buying the stuff that the companies have because of it's not the artist's fault that this shit is happening. It's not the people that are around them that's happening, blah blah blah. But it's one of those where the only way this shit gets fixed is to hurt their pocketbook at the end of the day. And I know that my measly $60 is not the millions of fucking dollars they're going to make off Call of Duty in November or whenever the next one comes out is not going to hurt them.
Yes.
But I can't in good conscience play their fucking games.
Yes and no, because like that you could try to hurt their pocketbook, but they're going to spin their image, and for every one of you there's 2 whales that'll make up for more than what you lost. What needs to change is the accountability, and companies need to be made responsible for this stuff. Like that's why I'm glad the state of California is coming after them, and it's not just somebody going after Activision. It is the state of California that is like, yo dog, we've been up in there for 2 years, we see how absolute shit this place is, and now we're going to bring a lawsuit against you because that is not acceptable to our state's standards. So I mean, and because normally the company would be like, well, here's a settlement, let's go. California,
and Blizzard's response to it was basically California's just trying to run off good companies.
Yeah,
they're like, that's not how it really is. And it's like, dude, daily people who have quit or been fired within the past year are posting about things that happened to them like within recent times, and you're telling me that that's not real, that they're all just a bunch of disgruntled employees. I mean, it's weird because you're pointing at so many people. Maybe you should just, maybe that doesn't look weird to you, but it looks weird to a lot of the rest of us.
Well, and that's the thing, like the statement that they had that came out there, I was not satisfied with. I think it was I think it was one of those things where, okay, you're forcing our hand to write something, so that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I just don't know.
I don't know. Their response of like, oh, well, you're just trying to run out companies. And it's like, that just makes you even look worse.
Yeah, for sure. Are they frozen for you?
Yeah, they are.
I wonder,
Yay, technical issues at the end.
All right. You can go that far and it's at the end. Okay. They both went offline. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. What? Well, if that's the case, then maybe audio wise, she can at least put this in. Baka, you have anything else to add?
I hope Activision Blizzard gets the shit suit out of them and they lose.
Me too. Definitely.
That opens the door for lots of things to be fixed with all sorts of companies over things like this.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's like Ubisoft's being held accountable for theirs, the stuff that's going on with them too. I just this one is
similar issues as well.
Mm-hmm.
But with the sexual harassment, it's just to the point where it's like, man, when did you idiots come in with crap like that? It's not okay.
Right, and a company like Activision Blizzard that, they've almost come out as, our shit don't stink type mentality for a lot of their stuff to have this happen and come forward, especially with the fan base that Blizzard has. They're so passionate about the games that have been made. I think this is going to be kind of a wake up call for them for sure. But I'll go ahead and end it out then. We appreciate everybody who hangs out with us each and every week and every respawn. As always, you can check us out on Twitter at InviterSPC. You can check me out personally at MDB Oaktree. You can check out Grif at Grif's Linum. Check out Chicken at Elite Chicken 313. And of course, you can check out Baka.
Yeah, that's Baka Pickle.
Also, make sure you go to Grif's YouTube channel where you will see, all these different types of games and stuff that she's played. Go to twitch.tv/Elite Chicken 313. Make sure that you follow him on there. As soon as he starts going back live again in the fall, you'll be able to get him taken care of. And then also make sure you go to twitch.tv/MWOaktree, where I'm there about 5 days a week, and play all types of different varieties of games. For Raven Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Baka.
See you, man.
It's so weird when they're not here.
Right? Very odd.
Please hang up and try again.